Morning. It is a beautiful Friday, June 16th. How's everybody doing? Good morning. It's really interesting. It's 7:50 a.m. here. And I got to tell you, I like my TikTok filter. I'm like, wow, my skin looks great. No, I really want to talk about like morning routines this morning. All of us have different personality types. I am a Bella. And if you're like, what's a Bella? Check out my website. You can go see that the different personality types are. And if you think about the horses I have four different personality types of horses. I have Bella, Dante, Maverick, and Trace. And each one of those horses I have two introverts, two extroverts. And if you've ever taken like a disc profile or Myers-Briggs, there's a million of them out there, all these different personality profilings. So my horses have these different personas, right? And when you think about what you do, what you're feeling like, what's happening when you wake up, it's really exciting to think about because of your personality type. We all wake up differently. And I actually was just texting about this with my friend Daniela this morning, and she's a Maverick, which is a little more introverted, more feeling, more nurturing, and I'm a Bella, and I'm more, dreaming and fiery. I have Dante in me too, which means I'm like go, 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 action take, no bottom of energy. I mean, those of you that watch any of my videos, I have like tons of energy and lots of passion. Now, just because I'm like this, like Joy off of the movie Inside Out, does not mean, I thank you, does not mean that I don't have, the opportunity to be quiet and still and everything like that. But if you think about it, if you haven't seen the Disney Pixar movie Inside Out, definitely go check it out. They have another one coming out. I think it comes out today, as a matter of fact, called Elementals. And I'm like, oh my God, it's, and there's actually a lot of neuroscience. I watched the making of those movies, and they actually consulted with neuroscientists and psychological experts and all these things to create these different characters and their personality types. And when you come into your day, what's the first thing you do? And then what's the second thing you do? And what's the third thing you do? Are those things intentional? Are you getting up and just kind of like checking your phone? Everybody checks their phone. Don't lie. I mean, even if you set it aside for 30 minutes, at some point you get on your phone, right? So where does that fall in your routine, and why? Are you getting up and starting your day very purposefully, aware, intentional? Are you getting up and having a plan of how you want to feel? And I just watched the documentary on Arnold Schwarzenegger, and he was like, don't ask about how you want to feel. Just keep going and keep busy. And I'm like, I don't disagree with the staying busy part, but I want to know how I want to feel. Right. So, Arnold, I love you and you're an inspiration, but I want to feel, and I want to choose how I want to feel. And depending on your personality, if you're an extrovert or an introvert and all those kinds of things. And there's four things that make up your personality type. I get into that in my mastermind and my programs. And if you ever want to come see the horses and learn about this stuff, I mean, it's really amazing. And the cool thing is that it's very profound when you hear it straight from the horse's mouth, because horses will actually tell you they're a pure reflection of how you show up. And every single time they are on all the time, they will show up all the time with exactly how you're feeling, what you're thinking, and what you're feeling and thinking and feeling is probably the same stuff you're feeling and thinking and feeling the day before. We have 80,000 thoughts a day, and 60,000 of those thoughts are the same exact thoughts that we had yesterday. And as we get to a certain age, we're hardwired to believe and think and feel certain ways, because guess what? We've done it a lot and we're very practiced at it, right? So I want you to think about when you get up in the morning. This is so important, you guys. Even if you go to bed late at night, like people are like, what time do you go to bed? I'm like, when my day is done. And sometimes that's midnight. Sometimes that's 9 o'clock. Last night it was 9 o'clock because I was really tired and I poured so much into my day. I'm on a pretty tough deadline right now. So I'm really focused and really intentional, right? But when you come up on a deadline, that's one thing. But what about your day, like day to day? So when you go and you think about, okay, I woke up this morning and then I did what? And then I did what? And if you think about it too, and this is really interesting, you go in the shower, you turn the water to the same, you know exactly where to turn that knob if it's your shower. You know exactly where to turn that knob to get it exactly the temperature that you want. You know exactly how you like your coffee. You know exactly. And here's the thing too. When you go to brush your teeth, which quadrant do you brush first? I brush the lower left. I am just aware of this. So now I'm like, I wonder. And I'm wondering, I'm like, are my teeth healthier down here because they get the fresh toothpaste? You know, that's just kind of how my brain works. And about 2 hours into your day, you're on autopilot. You're on life is, you know, if you are not intentional and you don't do these things I'm going to share with you, these handful, just these few little things, then your day is going to run you. You're like, oh crap, I have a thing at 9:30, and then I got to do this, and then I got to do that, and then I got to pick my kids up at 2:30, and now I got to make sure I'm there before car line. And last time I was there, I hit the cone, and the lady yelled at me. And you start stacking up what your world is bringing to you instead of being very intentional about what you're bringing to the world. Make sense? So think about this. What are you thinking and feeling? And what are you feeling and thinking? And how do you want to feel? I don't want to feel rushed. I love, one of my favorite songs lately is that Alabama song. I'm in a hurry to get things done. I rush and rush until life's no fun. And all I really got to do is live and die, but I'm in a hurry and I don't know why. So it only takes about a couple of hours, and into your day, you're like, the day is running away with you. And then next thing you know, it's 3:00. You're exhausted. You're thirsty. You need that Starbucks pick me up or that Snickers bar they're trying to sell you, right? What you really need to do is I love how my friend said, ease into your day with intention. And I ease into my day a little differently than she does. She's like, I'm going to flow and go into my day. And whereas I get still, I do my meditation, and then I'm like, boom, let's go, right? I'm ready to rock my day, right? And so as an extrovert, now I need my introvert time too, and I spend a lot of time by myself, but at the same time, good morning, you got to think about your personality type, because everybody says you got to have routines, you got to do this, but think about what your personality type is and how you approach your day based on your persona. And the more you can know yourself and understand who you are, the more you can set yourself up to start your day the way you want to. Start your day and ease into it from an extrovert or an introvert, doesn't matter, with intention, and decide how you want to feel. Because we only do things to feel a certain way. And if we have ourselves set up in a circumstance that is not what we want or undesirable, you got to think about that. You got to think, well, what am I doing that's wrong here? Yeah. What is happening here that is not within the intention of how I want to feel? And some of us are so caught up, we don't even know how we're feeling. We're just going through the day, just grinding it out, make it through the day, get it done. It'll be better tomorrow. And that's the lie we tend to believe. It will be better by tomorrow. If you're going through this and you start your day and the first thing you think about is all the shit you got to do today, then you got a problem. You got a big problem. You wake up and you go, this is today, like today, my day, because I'm on a tight deadline today. And I'm like, okay, so I like these things have to happen. So today I'm going to be very determined and laser focused, right? I'm going to be very intentional, laser focused about what I'm doing. And when I wake up and I go, today, I'm on this deadline, I'm going to be laser focused and intentional. And so when people are like, hey, Jen, I'm like, what? Like Karate Kid, like wax on, like, no, not today, Satan, right? And never today, Satan, never. Always put yourself, and I don't say never, don't always say always, usually say usually, right? Because we are human and we have days that are like the day just sweeps us away. And when you get to the point where you are more intentional about how you want to go through your day and you have that laser focus, that's the one thing that if you haven't seen the Arnold docu-series, it's like a 3-episode series. It really is it's kind of an expose, but it's also the thing that got me about him is like laser focused. And you Bellas out there, if you don't know what a Bella is, she's one of my personas. She's one of my horses that I've rescued that has a personality type that's very much like mine. We call it shiny penny syndrome, right? It's like, oh, this is cool. Well, let's go do essential oils, and oh, let's go sell over here. Let's go do this. You know, a lot of salespeople are this personality type. A lot of network marketing agent, real estate agents, people in insurance, on the insurance side. Like, so you got these different personality types, right? And you go, okay, well, I'm a Bella, so I have to be very careful of shiny penny syndrome, right? If I was a Trace, I would have to be, okay, well, I would have to have, I have to think about that. I would have a different skill set. I would go into my day differently because I love my lists. You should see all the lists I have around my house, right? But I know darn good and well, I can't accomplish 16 pages of lists. So I have to get intentional and focused about what's going to move the needle. That's me. And if that's you, reach out to me because you're my people. You're my tribe. You people that have a hard time focusing, you ones that lie to yourselves and tell yourself that you have ADHD when actually you're just like so craving that dopamine hit that you'll get it any way you can, right? I do it too. It's human nature. I mean, dopamine, you know, we're not, no one is immune to the neurological physics that causes dopamine to get dumped into our brain with like a heart. Like I've got 129 likes. I got my little hearts going up here and I'm so excited. Yay. Right. Little hit, little hit, little hit. Right. So if you're a Bella, which is me, I'm a Bella and a Dante cusp. I'm kind of in between the two personality types. If you are that, reach out to me because I can help you get focused because a focused Bella is unstoppable. And the natural power, I've been talking about focus a lot this week. And when you are focused, a lot of times you have to put yourself in a position where you might not. I had someone texting me yesterday and I finally wrote them back. I didn't send it because it wasn't super nice, but I was like, I can't text with you anymore because every time I would see it come up, I was like, next, but it would kept, that little red number kept coming up. And I'm like, I finally was like, please stop texting me, and it's a friend of mine and I don't want to like delete block. And there's something, even if you put it on do not disturb, that little red number's there. So you got to really set yourself up. And it was at towards the end of the day when I was starting to get tired. And I went to bed at like 8:30, 9 o'clock last night, right? I'm a morning person. I get up usually between 4 and 4:30 and I set the intention for my day. And I go to bed after all the momentum of the day. Good morning, Dark Horse Ranch. Yay, good morning. I set that intention before I go to bed. Like I rest well at night knowing I have done my best. My dreams will bring me subconscious thoughts that will allow me to align my tomorrow's actions to the desire and purpose of my life. And I say those things before I go to bed. And I have a steam sauna I love. I'll go and I'll sit in there and I'll just get still. And then I go rinse off. I feel like I sweat all of the negativity out from the day. I clear all my energy and I go to bed, cleanse and clean and clear. And, it's kind of like preparing yourself for rest. And then the next day when you wake up, that's the key piece. You got a little bit of time. And if you don't set your trajectory to go here to Hawaii, and you do it just here, see how little I moved it from here to here? Then your day runs off with you as it goes this way. But if you stay here, you can go straight ahead and keeping the intention. Start your day with how I want to feel. What do I need to accomplish is not how I want to feel. Start off with that. And if it's focused, great. Today, I am laser focused today. I am scheduled. I am accomplished. I am determined. I'm energetic. I'm giving. And every single person I speak to today, I will have that energy behind because I woke up with it and I set my dial to this. I set my dial to I'm going here today, and nothing is going to take me off that focus. Nothing is going to take me off that intention and where I'm going to go. And you got a little bit of time. If you get, before you finish that first cup of coffee, if you can do it within the first couple of hours, your dial is still malleable. But once, you're like, oh my God, it's 9 o'clock and I've still got then you're done. And it's really hard to bring, right the ship and bring it back, bring it back online. But if you can do it right, good morning from Massachusetts. But if you can write it and set it up right in the get-go, then, and say, I will be boundary ninja, right? Then you're going to be able to stay in alignment and get way closer to your goals. And you start to do something called momentum. And now we know that momentum is a cruel mistress and it can sweep you away at the slightest mistake. So you have to really stay in that space and remind yourself and be awake and aware about how you want to feel and how you flow through your days intentionally. And knowing who you are, what your personality type is, will help you understand how to do that better. Because Traces, they don't really have a hard time with boundaries. And they can get really, they can be over here or up close, up to them. They don't care. And if you don't know what a trace is, it's like my white horse. He's beautiful. He also has blue eyes. He's gorgeous. He's a unicorn. And for a Bella, he's like the perfect balance, the yin yang for me, right? So you have to think about that when you are waking up and understanding who you are. I can't tell you. Warren Buffett says it. Invest in yourself. Know who you are. Steve Jobs says it. Oprah says it. Deepak Chopra says it. Tony says it. I say it. There's so much power in knowing who you are, because the more you know who you are, the more you can live your life intentionally, the less people will pull you off your focus and your game, and the more compassion and kindness you can have towards others, because you're like, hey, that's okay that and saying you do you isn't an F you. You know what I mean? So you go into the space and you go, I know who I am. I am laser focused, precisely scheduled, disciplined, and an influential leader. And I rest well at night knowing I've done my best. And I will be determined today. I will be focused today. I'll do that, right? And using the natural power of focus and making a clear and intentional decision about who gets your attention. And it will take your day in a totally different direction. So when you wake up, before you grab your phone, go set your dial, or I like to call it your wardrobe, my emotional wardrobe. Like, I love this robe. I wake up in it and I'm like, oh, it's my coffee. It's almost, And I get through my day and I'm like, now I'm going to go get dressed and get on, right? So put yourself in a position where you are dressed in the emotional feeling that you want to wear, and you don't let anyone rip your clothes off. Well, without tequila. So you put yourself in a position where you're like, I want to feel this way today, and nothing is going to pull me off my game. Nothing is going to take this away from me, because that's really all you have. You can lose your money. Trust me, I've lost money. You can lose people that you love and care about, which actually isn't really lost. It's transcendence. It's a whole other conversation. But you can really, no one can take away your ability to choose how you want to feel. And the way to do that is to start first thing in the morning and say, set your dial to focused. And I like to pick three. I like to pick three things about how I want to feel, set my intention for that, and then get on with my day. Now, I don't have a lot of people watching this morning, which is weird. Usually there's a handful of people on at least, but I don't care. Because this is, hopefully you're catching this on the replay. And if you want to come experience with this, I have a couple more spots for my weekend getaways. July just sold out, but I have some spots open in September, October, and November to come and spend a weekend with me and my horses in my new facility in West Palm Beach. They're small, intimate, maybe a half dozen or so people. So it's super, super, interactive and one-on-one. And you come and have an incredible experience and discover these technologies, learn these philosophies about how to choose who you are, how you want to feel. And so you can flow through your days with elegance and ease and accomplish all of your daily tasks in flow, instead of hustling and grinding and gritting through the day. I wrote that yesterday, grit through your day, right? Don't just get through the day. Have fun with it, play with it, roll around in it, and decide. Because that is truly, it's so funny. That's like the one decision we all have the power to make, but it's the one decision we don't make intentionally. We let other people make that decision for us. Our flat tire makes that decision for us, because the flat tire makes us mad or sad or worried or frustrated, right? You let a flat tire have control over you, your boyfriend or sister or girlfriend or husband or wife or boss. You're going to have control over how you feel. Well, in the first couple of hours of your day, if you set your dial and then lock it down, you have the power. That's the only thing we have absolute power over. It's called free will. So wake up, set your intentions, and go through your day. And then if you feel like, oh, then go, wait a minute. But you have to be aware in order to do that. And when you decide intentionally, and you know what it feels like to feel whatever way you want to feel. For me, I know what determined feels like. I got that one good. I mean, I'm a pro at being determined. I'm a pro at being certain. I'm a pro at being convicted because I've had no other choice in circumstances in my life. And now that I have that ability and I have that available to me, I can tap into it anytime I want. And guess what, you guys? Here's the secret. The last piece. Are you ready? It's free. It doesn't cost a dime. But it is the most powerful and most valuable thing you will ever have, is choosing how you want to feel and being intentional about that, because that's what's going to continue to put the dopamine, serotonin, endorphins, and beautiful emotions flowing through your body. And you're going to be less addicted to the click and the like and external sources. And you will start feeling in a way that attracts the things that would make you feel a certain way. And it's like chicken or the egg, right? Do I want to have the chicken first, the things that externally make me feel a certain way and rely on external sources to feel good, or do I want to be the egg and have it come from inside? Apparently the egg comes first. I don't know. But coming from inside and saying, this is how I choose to feel, then the circumstances that would normally affect us don't. And when someone, if you've ever been around like a bully or somebody that likes to like goad you a little bit, when those things don't affect you and you just don't give them any energy, they start going away. And you start pouring energy into the things that vibrate in alignment with the way you choose to feel. Now, if you choose to wake up and be depressed, like, go for it. And side note, if you are in a depressed state, you may not be able to get to like, I'm exuberant and passionate like Jen, I'm not, sometimes going from depressed to frustrated is an improvement, right? So going from frustrated to determined is an improvement. Going from determined to certain is an improvement. Going from certain to confident to curious to playful to joyful, right? So you can make these little incremental steps. If you can't go, like, all right, today I'm going to, jump off a cliff, and tomorrow I'm going to, build a mountain, it's take those steps, and give yourself the grace to allow the process to unfold and choose what you can honestly and intentionally feel throughout the day and align your actions towards that. And when you start doing that, you will start getting more confident. You will start having more belief in yourself. And you will want to come out and see me like, how did you do that, Jen? I want more. Because everybody that comes and sees me and my horses never want to leave. All right, y'all, that's it for me today. I hope you have an amazing and incredible day. If you do want to reach out to me and come and visit the horses or experience one of my programs, please, I'm on social. You can't not find me. Just reach out, and I'd love to hear from all of you. And remember to please believe in yourself. It will change your life. Have a blessed day. Ciao.